Hey everyone. So I wanted to go over a few things first before we start. The first thing I want to go over is some review. I noticed a lot of you guys are having issues with this type of problem. It says negative 3x is less than 9. So go ahead and let's get out your notes. Sorry, I didn't preface it with this. Go ahead and get out your notes. I'll give you a few seconds to copy this down. I'll tell you a cool story why you're doing this. There was once a time when my son got ice cubes out of our refrigerator, and it's one of those automatic ice cube dispensers. Like you just put your cup in there, and he overfilled his cup, and there was a bunch of ice on the floor, and I had to pick it up with my bare hands, and it was cold. That's my cool story. Hope you like it. All right, so we've got this problem. Negative 3x is less than 9. We need to solve. We need to get x by itself. I have negative 3 times x. We need to do the inverse operation. The inverse operation of multiplication is division. So we're going to divide by negative 3 on both sides. Sorry, let's see if I can find my pen. All right, negative 3 on both sides. So when we do that, these negative 3's cancel out. Oh, this is going to be so much better. I apologize for that first negative 3. So I have x, and then this is the part that you guys mess up on. I divided by a negative number, so I need to flip my inequality. So this becomes x is greater than negative 3. So x is greater than negative 3. Because of that, we're going to need to go ahead and graph it. We can graph it on our number line. So doop, 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 doop. That's the sound you make when you make your number lines. So I have negative 3 here in the middle, negative 4, negative 5, negative 2, and negative 1. So that because it doesn't have an equal to, then we know it's going to be an open circle. Now I need to figure out how I'm going to shade it. So my test point, the way I do that is I pick another number that's not on the number line. Sorry, that's not the negative 3, and plug that in for x. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to plug in is negative 4 greater than negative 4 greater than negative 3. Sorry, I don't know what's with my pen, guys. It's doing something weird. Negative 4 is less than negative 3, so that's false. That's false. False. Since it's false, then we shade away from the negative 4. So we're going to shade towards the negative 2 and the negative 1. So we're going to keep on going with that. There we go. So the review part with this for you guys was mostly the negative. So you guys understood whenever we multiply or divide by a negative number, we got to flip our inequality. So notice the number on the bottom was negative. A lot of you guys' homework, that was a common mistake, so I hope that helped with that. The other part is just recognizing which numbers are bigger and smaller. As you go to the left on the number line, your numbers get smaller. And as you go to the right on the number line, your numbers get larger. Awesome. Next, this is our section. We're in 6.4 solving compound inequalities. Go ahead and take a few minutes. A few moments to copy that down. I got some. I'll wait. This is delicious popcorn, by the way. Pop Weaver, a little bit of butter on top, Parmesan cheese, delicious. All right, so next, after 6.4, solving compound inequalities, here's my question for you. What are possible grades you can have? What are grades you can't have? So if you think about it, in my class, I know some classes are a little bit different, but in my class, you can't have above 100%. So 100% is kind of the max. So you can only go up to 100%. Mr. Brummond, should we be writing this down? You didn't say so. Well, I would if I were you. I'm not you, but I would if I were you. Only up to 100%. And you guys are really fortunate. You can't go below a 0%. Can't go below 0%. So if I was to like graph this or something, my possible values would be between 0% and 100%. Notice I got my cool handy dandy number line. So I would have to be some numbers between 0 and 100. It'd be all these numbers here. Could I have a 0 or 100% in my class? Yeah, of course you can. In fact, some of you out there do have a 0 or a 100% in my class. So we would fill those in. This is an example of a compound inequality because we're talking about two different things. We're talking about that you can only go up to 100%. So that's this side of the graph over here. I go up to 100, and then right at 100 it stops. And then the other part is it can't go below a 0%. So that's this part of the graph over here. So it stops there. So I'm graphing kind of where they overlap, and they overlap here in between 0 and 100%. Pretty cool. So what are compound inequalities? Well, compound inequalities are basically two inequalities. Man, Mr. Brummond does not know how to spell. Is there an eraser? Nope, I'm just making it worse. So two, can't spell any other words wrong. Inequalities. Sorry about this. I don't know what's going on with my pen. I'll just try using my finger. Two inequalities with either the word and or the word or. So pretty cool stuff. So we're going to do a few examples of these. Two inequalities with either the word and or. So an example would be like x is greater than 3 and x is less than 5. Or another example would be y is less than negative 2, or y is greater than 17.4. Those are two examples. So how do we graph them? I'll jump this. This will be in the next video. So see you in a bit. Bye-bye. Maybe. Can Mr. Brummond do this? Yes, he can. See you soon.